Hello and welcome to how I play my level 100 Shaman. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about spells. We're going to talk about how I have my hotbar set up and how I do things, and we'll go from there. So first up, I have 3 reckless healing spells. Now I only do 3 because by the time I cast the third one, the first one is ready to cast again. And I believe at this point we only have 3. So these are unique healing spells in the sense that when you heal, you take damage, right? Let me target someone over there and cast heal. You can see there, I took 7% of my life to heal 12,000 damage. Now, on face value, that's a terrible idea. Now, you look at the mana, right? 1800 or 1500 to 1800 mana. If we compare that to our normal heal, which is 1800 to 2300 mana, that only does 7000. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Mending right here. This one right here. So this one does 930 to 1152 mana for 9000. So we're healing for a lot more at the benefit of our health. Now, I use 3 of these, and because they all have different recast times, right? So it lets me get 3 of them off before I'm out of business. In fact, I think I only have 2 of them right now in my my multi-bind. Check here. What did I do? I made some changes, and yeah, I don't have reckless this one here in. I took it out for a reason. We'll go to that in a minute, I think. And then I have Wisp of Renewal. So this is our group heal. This heals everybody in the group for 6,400 every 6 seconds. Now, this is kind of where this all plays in, right? I have that spell running on me right now. If I go over here and target somebody and I heal them, let's say 1, watch my health. I'm healing somebody else. I'm just losing health, and then I'm full health again because the tick from my healing spell, right? Now I have 115,000 hit points right now. If I do things right, this is, hit points are the key to success with the Shaman. Next up, I have Ancestral Intervention. This is it's a group heal that will heal the lowest group member with the highest amount of healing. So whoever that is gets the best heal. It's kind of a smart heal if you think about it. Same as the cleric line of spells for that. I do have 1 of these memorized, and I do have a secondary one here memorized via the AA, or usable via the AA. Then I have a single target heal over time. I don't use this as much anymore, but it is there just in case I need it. Single target, they get, what was that, 6,400 hit points. And the group, it's the same as the group. Literally now at this point, it's the same heal. So there's like no reason for me to probably even use this anymore. I didn't even realize that. There used to be a difference, like the single target was better. Now I also have Belzon's Mending on here, so this will mend a target. So it's a single target heal for about 10,000. Low mana, pretty nice. A little bit faster cast time. You can see here the reckless is 1 second cast time. So fast heals are more important, I believe, at this point in the game than big heals, because the faster you can get a heal on there, faster you can get more healing out, and the faster you heal, you might get a crit and it does more. So things like that. Then we have Frigid Gift, which is our target healing twin cast spell. So when I cast this on my tank, it will cast the nuke on his target and then give me 2 healing twin cast. If that makes any sense at all. I don't have a group right now, so I can't show it, but I've done it in every other video, and I'll show it in action in the how I play them all together. video at the end of all these. But this gives me 2 charges of healing twin cast, which allows me to twin cast my reckless spells, my group spell, the ancestral intervention. All these seem to get affected. Mending gets affected by it, and whatnot. Spiritual Surge is the only one I don't believe that can be twin cast because they nerfed it not too long ago. So this can no longer be twin cast. So that's another healing spell we'll talk about here in a minute. Fatigue, I keep this spell memorized at all times just because of convenience, but this will put a buff on our target that will allow them to slow stuff via a proc. I believe it's like 240 charges, but here, I'll put it on myself real quick. Fatigue. Right there. 240 charges, 8-minute duration. Now, every time I get hit, there's a chance that I will slow the target. This is pretty much the only slow I use. I do not even bother slowing mobs anymore. In trivial content. Now, in non-trivial content, I will try to slow mobs, and I use the AA slow here to do that, but on trivial content, there's no point in wasting my time slowing a mob. In trivial content is anything where the mobs, I would say, are blue. Anything where the mobs are yellow or red would be non-trivial content that requires you to slow and do other things that you would do. Next up, I have Talisman of the Snow Leopard here. This is our group proc. Now, this is actually a really overpowered spell. Here, let's go ahead and cast it real quick. That's going to affect our pet. So you can see here, the pet got the buff. Let's go over to this combat dummy here, and I'm just going to thwack it. And let's see, smashing. We want spell damage though. So you can see there, I procced for 1400, 7000 crit, right? Now, if you think about that, if I'm meleeing and I'm hitting, you know, I'm doing crappy melee, right? This is what, 300, 500. What if my procs are doing 1400, 7000? That's insane. It's definitely nice. It goes all the pets, right, in my group. So if I send the pet on here and send him an attack, he's gonna get heal proc eventually. But yeah, so it just adds up. It's 80 PS. Eventually I'll replace this at I believe 101 with the progressive ability from the Broken Mirror, I believe, at 101. And I won't do this version of the spell anymore just because this one, like, I can't multi-bind it. I can multi-bind the other one, which makes it, you know, pretty much always up at that point because it has a longer recast time. And then I have Belzon's Recourse. Now this is I think this is why I only have through 2 of the Recourse Reckless in my thing. This spell here is interesting in the fact that it calls the spirit of Belzon to watch over your group, healing 7400 damage and triggering Belzon's Watch, which calls forth 3 more waves of healing. So this is kind of like an AoE group spell. I'm testing it out, right? So this I haven't seen this, you know, used in anything. It feels like a neat, interesting spell. I put it right here. Well, it's not even on my multi-bind right now. I was messing around with these, so I have no idea what's going on there. But I feel like it's an interesting spell. Oh yeah, I put it here on 6. That's where I put it, and it's I don't know. I'm trying it out. It's a group heal. Like, I don't take a lot of, like, I only focus on healing the tank, right? All my heals, when I do my multi-bind here, it goes straight to X target 20. That's all I do. I target my tank, whoever that is, and I heal them and only them. Everybody else gets group heals, so they get the showers, they get the renewals, but everything else is 100% focused on healing one person and only one person. And that's worked for me for the last 100 levels without having to worry about it, because no one else takes any damage unless something goes wrong. So And then finally, we got this new spell we got at level 100, Spiritual Surge. Spiritual Surge is a group heal that kind of works in like a rain shower. It's kind of a joke, but if we cast it right, you can see there, it just goes out, and then if we go to healing, I don't think it's going to heal anybody because everybody's full of life, but it's 3 waves of healing that just go out and heal. So it's kind of nice. It used to be the most overpowered heal in the game, apparently. They removed the ability to twin cast because you could get quite a bit of stuff going on there. But definitely a nice spell. I do have that in my multi-bind, and I'm trying that out to see how it works the best for the way I play. But right now it is definitely a very good healing spell. And that's probably why I think that's actually why I took out Reckless Mending out of my multi-bind, so I could get that one in there. We'll try here in just a second. I'm going to start spam healing in a moment. I just need a target. Here, let's do this. I can't. Let me get a group here. There we go. So now we are grouped with my Beast Lord. I'm going to make her the tank just for demonstration purposes. So now you can see here she's on my extended target and whatnot. So those are the spells I use like normally. There's other spells you're going to want to use, like the pet. I think that's the current level one. The pet's terrible. Like, anybody that says the Shaman pet's good is smoking something, because it is not good. It dies. It's better than the Shadow Knight pet, but it's not as good as anything else pet-wise. It just doesn't hold up. I just do not enjoy it. It dies a lot when I send it into battle. So that is the current pet. This is the current haste for the pet. Now this one, you might not see it if you're only buying your spells in Plane of Knowledge. You have to go out to the Call of Forsaken in Kina, not Kino's, what is it called? West Karana, from the Call of Forsaken expansion, and you can pick that up. It's a higher level haste. Talisman of the Courageous is our current level focus, and then I like to do regen, so Talisman is Steadfast also, just so that everybody is getting extra regen, everybody's getting extra focus, so I like to do that. Self buff wise, we have Visionaries Unity, which only casts Pack of the Karags, which gives us a chance to summon swarm pets, so when we get hit, I keep that up at all times. I find that is very beneficial to the way I play. Pack of the Wolf is our group aura. This gives us a bunch of buffs here, like 3,000 hit points, haste, speed, see invis, endurance, what else? All kinds of stuff. Turns you into a werewolf too. I block that buff, but you can use it. Pre-incarnation gives us a chance to come back to life when we die. Useful. Sometimes I die. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't, but it is. And then Lupine Spirit is pretty nice because it'll cast Spirit of the Tal attack without having to memorize it on the group, so it's pretty nice. That is an attack buff spell too. Increases our attack rating and run speed. Puts us at that whatever 84 velocity, I guess. I might have Bard Song on, so I don't know. Oh, Communion of Cheetah. I see Communion of Cheetah. I don't see it's. I have sell it. There it is, right there. There we go. So that puts us at 55 velocity. With Cheetah, we hit 64, and then 84 with Bard Song. So that's, you can kind of see the differences in speed there. I like Bard's Song speed the most, but let's see here. So that's all the spells I pretty much cast. I shrink the group just to make it easier, but that's personal preference, I would say. Multi-bind wise, so I have all my keys bound to, I think, 5 for this character. Yeah, everything on this character is bound to 5. So I push 5, he does something in the multi-bind. If I hit 4, he's going to do something off the multi-bind. It's only going to send his pet into attack, right? So if we go right here and I hit 4, my pet, you know, it does the swarm pet buff and whatnot. Now, if I start hitting 5, I'm going to target Stasi, who is set as the main tank. We're going to do Reckless, Intervention, Cannibalize, because I have that in there. You can see our health drop down pretty significantly. Reckless, Wisp of Renewal, and Intervention, Reckless, Surge, Reckless, Surge, Renewal. I think that's why I took out one of the Reckless, because it wasn't beneficial. I wasn't able to cast it. So 2 of them seems to be the limit I can do right now. I think later on the cast time gets a little different via focus effects, so we can actually get more of them out. But right now 2 is the most I can do. So you can see there we're staying at pretty much full health because of Shade of Renewal, or Wisp of Renewal, I guess at this point. And that's kind of like how that's gonna sustain us, along with Spiritual Surge and all the other group heals. Will keep us healed while we're focus healing on, you know, the target, right? The Beast Lord in this case. So it's pretty good. I do have bear form here in my multi-bind, rabid bear. Now this is mostly benefits in melee, but right here, health regeneration by 1300. So that gives us an extra 1300 health regeneration, putting us at almost 2000 HP regen. That's the only reason I cast it on cooldown. Otherwise, it's kind of wasted because it's a more of a melee focus buff to buff our melee, which, as you saw before, we're hitting for 300, 500, which is terrible at level 100. So it is, you know, kind of how that works out. But it just, this whole time I'm just hitting 5. That's it. So you can kind of see there. Now, if I do this real quick, if I mark her as the group assist, no, I don't want to do that. Mark her as the assist, and I click on this combat dummy. I'll just have her attack it. Now, if I just start doing this again, right? Frigid Gift, you'll see I did 42,000 with Frigid Gift as a critical. And I got the Healing Twin Cast up here, 2 charges of that, which was then taken by Reckless Restoration Remedy. You kind of see how this works out. Twin Cast times 2. Reckless takes them, right? So you can kind of see how this all plays out. And it's so the goal is to only heal one person. And it's not flexible in any way. Like, it is not flexible. I can't switch targets unless I change this target here, right? Now, let's say Hobbs dies. He's my tank, and I didn't just go into the character. I can switch, you know, the target right here, right? I have her targeted. I can just do empty current target, becomes X target 20. That's the only way I can switch who's being healed. It's not flexible, but it works for me. I have a 125 cleric, and I'm able to clear all content doing it this way. I highly suspect that the Shaman will be able to clear all content in the game doing it this way also, which just simplifies it. Just like targeting each individual character to heal them is a waste of time, because if you're doing it right, no one should take damage except for your tank. And so it works for me, but it might not work for you. I mean, you might have a weird group setup that just doesn't flow into the stuff. I always group a tank. I always play from the tank when I multi-box. So there's that. So that's the multi-bind. Pretty much everything in there. Like these are all heals, right? So Soothsayer's Intervention, just cast our current level intervention. Call the Ancient, summons a ward to heal. If I turn Gina on, you see like a million different timers of all the stuff that goes off at once. Ancestral Aid, you know, heals everybody for 1090 damage. Ancestral Guard. Now this is a buff to me, Ancestral Guard, so it absorbs damage. This is kind of nice because sometimes if I pull a lot of mobs on my Shadow Knight, he doesn't have 100% lockdown on them immediately. And so some of the other characters will start getting hit. And if the Shaman gets hit, he wants to be able to be in that defensive mode if possible. And then Union of Spirits is just a big heal with a heal over time that does some stats. Pretty nice indeed. All right, so that's like my multi-bind. I just push 5. That's all I do. I do have buttons here for like single targeting the thing. It's like it's out of date because I keep shifting these down. So I'm gonna probably remove those from my bar by the time we get to the 105 video, since I don't even need that single target torp bar anymore because it heals the exact same as the group, and I'm not gonna cast it because the group torpor at 105 is going to Sheer of Renewal is going to become our focus ability, and our focus ability is going to really change the way we play. Right, this is the next 3 level 90 or higher instant duration healing spells get an extra 9,000 points of healing on them. So he's taken, like, let's just take Reckless here and add 9,000 to that. You know, that's, you know, it's a 20,000 heal at a 1 second cast time. It totally blows everything else out of the water, and it starts creating that synergy that we need to, you know, be a better healer and be able to keep everybody alive in certain situations. Let's see here. That's that. I have totem up on my whatever, so I can get out of combat if I need to. I've had you know, near wipes where I totem and the Shaman's able to res everybody and recover without having to go all the way to guild lobby. Total wipe is guild lobby. That's where all my characters are bound, and then it's, you know, it's pain because then I gotta summon all the corpses, res all the corpses, and med. If I can, you know, battle res, you know, some people with Call of the Wild and make it still happen, you know, it's definitely an option I try to do. See, that's that. So the order is Gift, Reckless Restro, Reckless Remedy, Wisp, Ancestral Intervention, Shower, or Spiritual Surge. It's become Shower at some point. That's the name I've latched onto. And Mending. And then I have Recourse on 6. Just another, you know, because when I hit 6 on my Shadow Knight, that's the AoE taunt. So this is an AoE heal, if that makes sense. But that's pretty much how I play my Shaman. Gear wise, like, he's still wearing what is this, Boreal legs, so this is like Reign of Fear tier 1 gear. It's pretty good. It's decent. You can, I think I bought it for Marks of Valor from the Call of Forsaken vendor at some point. I might have crafted this when I went through at some point in the game, but that's that. I also have tower gear. Now, I guess this is a good point to mention. I do heroic stamina on my Shamans. I do heroic stamina on my clerics too. Heroic stamina is what I feel like is the best ability, the best stat for a Shaman. Wisdom is only used on druids, in all honesty, but heroic stamina gives us more hit points, which gives us more buffer for cannibalization in the reckless line of spells. We also have spiritual channeling, which will take our 100% of our spells mana from our health for 3 minutes. So it's kind of like the necromancer line of spells for taking health and mana. Definitely very hit point focused. So as we get closer to 125, you will see I will start stacking hit point gear, and you'll see I'm stacking heroic stamina augs. Now, until the TBM level gear, we do not have type 5s on our gear. The tower gear does have type 5s for some reason at this level, but there are no type 5s available until the broken mirror, and I haven't done any of that stuff yet. I actually skipped over it. I'm going straight into Empires of Kunark, which will be harder than everything else. I'm going for difficulty, and I steamrolled everything through all the other expansions up until Empires of Kunark through my testing. So you'll see there, and then so I'm going to do a follow-up video with the entire group to kind of show this in action in at the end of all of the videos. So when all the level 100 videos are done, I'll bring everybody together and do a video just for that, and you'll see. I'll do it in Lycinium and Empires of Kunark. You'll see kind of like how everything flows together in harder content, and see some healing that's actually needed versus what you see in the Hobbs and Friends series at the moment, where I think I'm just soloing everything with my Shadow Knight because it's so trivial. But yeah, that's how I do it. And I guess before I get asked, my ornamentations are the Azure scale wrought items. This is the mace. I get asked for that, and I'm using the tower shield as the shield, which is the tank shield. I get asked those a lot in video. It's like people asking, and that's what the ornamentations are. Everything else is just whatever gear I was able to find for the level. But if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you very much for watching. Please have a fantastic day.